Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about things that I have gotten from Family Dollar or Walmart to complete a collection of first aid and over-the-counter medications that I try to keep on hand at all times and keep extras of just in case. I think it's really important to be prepared, especially living off grid. I'm not close to any stores. I don't go in town all that often. So I try to keep as much of the things that I need right here on hand. I like to try to shop at the Dollar Tree because everything, well, it used to be $1, now it's $1.25, and they also sell small amounts of things or small containers, which I find very helpful, and I will explain a little bit about that later. And of course, Walmart, I don't have a lot of choices in my area, and buying these items at the Dollar Tree or Walmart is a lot cheaper than buying them at a Walgreens. That's the only other store in the radius of where I live, and that's about 40 minutes away. So I'm going to begin with just going through. I also got these containers at the Dollar Tree. Are they heavy duty? No, but they serve the purpose for these types of items. These items are not usually something that like a mouse is going to try to get into, and none of the items are super heavy. So I don't have to worry that these containers are not, really heavy duty. So in this one, this container is a lot of first aid type things. I have 2 packages of the nitrile exam gloves. I have anti-itch cream. I have triple antibiotic ointment and cream. I have several of those. This one has the pain relief in it. I'm not sure how much of a difference that makes, but I do have it. I have liquid bandage. This is good for just small, tiny cuts, but it'll keep it from bleeding. I have calamine. I never say that word right. Calamine lotion. There we go. I have just extra chapstick. I have all different assorted bandages sizes. I also have like 4x4 gauze. I have rolls of gauze. I have another, this is cortisone 10, another anti-itch type of thing. I have, these are called Compeed, and these are actually like gel pads if you have a blister, or if you have, something like that needs a little bit of cushion. It's not a Band-Aid, it's like a little gel cushion. Some of these items I do take out of the box because the box takes up way more space than the items themselves, and that way I can fit more things in here. So like I said, that's the rolled gauze, and these are those gel pads. I have tape, paper tape. I have a couple of ace bandages with the little metal clips. I have some more just regular Band-Aids here, if I can get them out, sorry. Regular Band-Aids here, and I got a bunch more 4x4s of the gauze. I also have this stuff. I don't know if you remember this. I remember it from a kid, and I still use it to this day. It's called Camphofenique. It is actually, it's an antiseptic liquid, and it helps with pain and itch. So like if I get stung by a wasp, or if I have a weird little rash, this actually helps a lot. It's a little bottle, but it goes a long ways. And the other thing in this container that I have that I find really important is this bleed stop powder. This is from Walmart. All of these other items I believe were from the Dollar Tree. But this bleed stop, it's a powder that will help if you have a pretty big wound or a deep wound, and you dump this into your wound and apply pressure, it'll help clot the blood and help you from bleeding. This is super important. Where I hunt, I always walk with my firearm, chainsaws and skill saws. We use all kinds of equipment here that could cause pretty good damage to us. So having this where an ambulance or a hospital or a doctor is not anywhere nearby could really be a lifesaver. So I always keep some of this. And all of these items in here I also use to fill up my regular first aid kits that I take hiking or camping. So I just make sure I keep my stock full, and I just rotate it out and use it as needed. And actually after today, I have not gone through this. I usually try to do it at least 3 times a year, and now that I have it all out here, I'm going to go through it today and see what I'm missing. So what goes along with this container is I buy, I like this spray peroxide. I also have regular peroxide in a large bottle that you could dump on a wound or anything like that. But this spray peroxide is helpful. I can just, if I just need a little bit, I just want to spray like my finger, or if I need to use a little bit on tank, it's a lot easier just to spritz them real quick than try to chase them down with this big bottle of peroxide. So I keep both types of peroxide. And another old-fashioned type of thing that I use and keep at all times is bag balm. I don't know if this is a New England thing or if it's all over. It could be all over. But this is basically, I think it started off like way back when in 1899. It says farmers used it on like cow udders if they got dry. But it works really well. Like if you have a burn, or if you just have really cracked skin, this stuff is a lifesaver. My grandmother used to use it all the time on her fingers when they cracked. She would put some of this on there, rip apart an old sheet or a blanket, make a little bandage. So this is super helpful. Also, if you ever get, like sometimes in the summer, we get sweaty. If you have like a little bit of a chafed area, this stuff works magic. So that's what is in this container. And this one here that I have next to me kind of goes along with it. I have some things mixed up, but the majority of it is together. So in this one here, I keep lots of petroleum jelly. If you watch my previous video, I make a couple different types of fire starters out of this, but this is also good for chapped lips, or other chafed type of things. In this bag balm, I forgot to mention, you can use this on your lips. I don't, just because it's a little bit, it smells a little weird, but it works really well. I keep good old Vicks Vapor Rub, or well, it's just called Vaporizing Rub because I don't buy the name brand. This one is a name brand. This is actually Vicks, but it's in a stick. So it's kind of nice. You can just rub it under your nose. You don't have to dip your hands into it. But this comes in really handy. I live in Maine. It's the time of year where everybody starts getting the sniffles, the coughs, congested. So it's great to have just in case you need it. This could be a lifesaver when you can't sleep because you can't breathe through your nose. I also keep plenty of, I like these. These come from the Dollar Tree. Oh, I think there's tape on them. But these are 3-in-1. So it has cotton balls, Q-tips, and I don't even know what this is called. Oh, it's just like a cotton pad. So I like to keep these around. I can use the cotton balls and the cotton pads to make fire starters, or I can use them to apply the peroxide. Q-tips are good to, if I need to try to, wipe out a little bit of a wound or a cut that I have. So I just keep several of these in here. So now I am going to put this stuff away, and I'll be right back with some other containers to show you what I have. All right, so I have a few other containers here, so we'll open them up and I'll show you what I have in here. For some reason I have an old hunting license in here, but the first thing I'm grabbing out of here are eyeglass repair kits. I found these for 50 cents. They're just a great thing to have. I obviously do wear glasses, and most people have sunglasses and things like that. It has a little magnifying glass in here. It has some screws and the little screwdrivers that you would need for your glasses, so I have those. I just have some small things of hand sanitizer. I have, these are called wet ones, which are antibacterial hand wipes. They're individually wrapped. And I also have some like in this size container here. These are the wet ones, and then these ones are called just antibacterial wipes. I like to keep these around. I try to conserve as much water as possible, and if I need to clean my hands real quick without having to heat up water or use some of my water, I can use these, and they're also really helpful for camping or hiking. And I think these are the same thing, just a different version. Yeah, this is just BioPure. I pick them up when I see them at the Dollar Tree. I prefer these little individual ones because these fit great inside of your first aid kit or your backpack or your car or anywhere really. And then I just have alcohol wipes. Because I do have a blood glucose monitor, so if I ever needed to check my blood sugar, I can. Or if I ever needed to just clean something real small real quick, I could use that. So that's what's in this one. I do need to refill some of these things, I can tell, but I still got a good amount. And then in this next one, I'm just gonna put this down here. This one has a lot of just over-counter medications. This has ibuprofen. I have regular aspirin. As you can see, I got another ibuprofen. I try to keep multiples because these come from Dollar Tree. There's 40 caplets in there, so it's not a huge bottle, but I like that it's not huge, and I like that I have duplicates because I can, if someone reaches out to me and needs something, I can give them one of these bottles and not lose my whole entire, all of my ibuprofen that I have. And also, if we were ever in a grid down situation, I can barter some of these things. Some people would barter for a thing of ibuprofen. And if I have these small ones, it just goes longer. Also, when I open it, this is sealed, and I don't have to, worry about it being open. This is just regular acetaminophen, and this is some more ibuprofen. This one's open. Oh, and this one is daytime non-drowsy sinus congestion and pain. So just another type of thing to use. That's just the second aspirin. I have gas relief. There's nothing good about that if you have gas and you can't get rid of it. I have anti-diarrheal. This is really important to have. If you are out in the woods, at home, and you have really bad diarrhea, you can get dehydrated fast. So having this anti-diarrheal medicine to try to help is huge. It could really make a difference. And then I also, for the opposite, if you can't go, that's not good either. So I also have a laxative. I think this is just bisacodyl. Yeah, it's kind of like, I can't remember what Dulcolax. It's the cheap version of Dulcolax. Then I have just some other things here. I have sinus spray. This one happens to be a Vicks version. I also have a fast-acting nasal spray from Walmart brand. I have earache drops. There's nothing worse than having an earache, and it's really bad. So I keep these on hand. They actually do seem to work. I have had to use them. This is just saline nasal spray. Sometimes I don't want medication. I just want to flush my nose. A lot of times in the winter with the wood stove, because that's my only source of heat, it gets really dry. Even though I put water on the wood stove and try to keep it, moist in my home, this saline spray can make a huge difference. Because you can end up with like nosebleeds if your nose is too dry, or just be uncomfortable. So this is a good thing to keep around. I think this is more ibuprofen and more sinus. So like I said, I usually have duplicates. Then these packets here, I found these for $1. They were on sale. And this is fast pain reliever. I think it's similar to aspirin. It's BC and goodies, but it's powder. So, and they come with 6 little packs. This one's headache powder, and this one is arthritis pain. So these are just come in like these little teeny, like plastic, I don't know, pouches. I don't know what to call them, but there's 6 in each one. So if someone had a really bad headache, you could just give one away. Or if you have a bad headache and you're like my mom, she can't swallow pills. So she could swallow this if she had to, or she could put it into some water and then drink it. So that is what's here. And I'm going to switch this out to this one because this one has some other medications in it over the counter. So in this one here, I love these from the Dollar Tree. They're little things of Tums. These are great, tiny things. You can throw them in anything. There's nothing worse when you have a little bit of heartburn or indigestion and you can't get rid of it, especially if it's time to go to bed. So I keep quite a few on these hand. I think I got a couple more in one of these other tubs. And I have these little Pepto-Bismols. This is what I was talking about with Dollar Tree. They sell these tiny size things. So instead of having this huge thing of Pepto-Bismol where I'm by myself most of the time, or it's just me and my dad. So if I opened a big bottle of Pepto-Bismol, it might be 6 months or longer before I ever need to use it again. Also, if I ever needed to give any to anyone or barter and trade with it, I could do that. I usually have This is that cold and flu. I think it's supposed to be like Dayquil, but it's the cheap version of it. They also have this size of Dayquil at Dollar Tree, or the, you know, non-name brand kind. And obviously I do not have any right now. So I have these 2 big bottles because I ended up with COVID one time, and I was really down and out. So I bought extra because I was afraid I was going to get COVID again. But I keep this size on hand because I don't get sick that often. But if I do, having it really makes a difference, especially if you have a fever. This does have fever reducer in it. And this is just Mucinex, another one I had tried when I had COVID, but I probably have to check the date. Oh no, it's still good. This is pain relieving cream. I know this seems like an old person thing to have. It's the generic version of Bengay, but this stuff works miracles. I have a knee that bothers me sometimes. If I put this on my knee when it's bothering me, it loosens it up. It reduces the swelling. Oh, excuse me. Tanky must have heard something. But it reduces swelling. It does smell, not that great, but it works really well. And then I also have the pill version of the Dayquil because I prefer to take it this way, but sometimes if you have a really sore throat or something like that, you can't swallow these because they're fairly big. So I try to keep liquid and this version on hand. All right, I'm going to put this stuff away and I will show you some more stuff that I have. All right, in this next container, I just have some regular poly disposable gloves. These are really good, like if I'm working with meat or if I'm working with something that I don't have to worry about puncturing. They're just good. Or if I'm cleaning something and I don't want to get the chemicals on my hands, these are good to have. I have some vitamin A and D cream, basically like diaper rash stuff, but you never know when you might need this. We get rashes as adults as well. It doesn't mean they have to be in the diaper area, but this stuff just comes in handy. I have a few packages of these hydrocolloid bandages. They're basically waterproof bandages, and they promote fast healing because they have stuff on there to keep your wound a little moist so it doesn't dry out. So I keep some of those. I also have, these are pain relieving patches. The small ones and big ones. You can get these at Dollar Tree. I'm not sure exactly how well they work, but I saw them, so I grabbed them. I thought it couldn't hurt to have them on hand. They are 4% lidocaine. So, I mean, that is a pain reliever. This has 20 small ones in here, and I think these are just one in each one, a really big one. So that's what's in this one. And then over here, I have just some wipes. I have glasses wipes, a whole bunch of those. I can't stand my glasses being dirty and I can't see. It also works good like for scopes or binoculars, anything, or camera, anything you want to keep clean. You don't want to scratch the lens. And since I am a woman, I do have some feminine wipes. These just help just in case with pH balance and stuff like that. I have that version and also a larger version of packages like this. And I just have another thing of antibacterial hand wipes. It was a different brand. I like that these opened with a plastic top. The other ones just have a sticker. I like this type of lid better. They close better and won't dry out on you. And then I have one other container right over here that I will show you. Actually, I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way, just so it's not in the way. There we go. I'll stick it down here for now. All right, and then in this one, I have a ton of toothbrush and toothpaste items. I have several of those, you know, those little toothbrush with the little toothpaste. I have a few of those that come with that. I found these toothbrush covers at Dollar Tree. They're excellent. They allow a little bit of air through your toothbrush, so it will dry better. And yeah, and it has essential oils in it, which I'm not sure what that does, but I just like them, and they go over your toothbrush really easy. You just squish them, like squeeze them open and then closed. And then I have a backup battery operated toothbrush. I tend to like to use these. I think they clean my teeth better, so I always keep a backup. I have a couple things of the dental floss. I don't care for the regular floss. I'd rather floss my teeth with these, so I just keep plenty of these around. And then I just have extra toothpaste. I got a couple of things of Pro Health, and I got one that has charcoal. So I try to make sure that if for some reason I was not able to get out for a while, or if there was a grid down situation or whatever, I have backup. When your teeth aren't healthy, it can really affect your health. So I really try to keep enough stuff to make sure that I won't have that problem. And also, any dental pain is really painful. So if you can keep your teeth healthy, it's really important. So in a future video, I just found a recipe online to make your own mouthwash at home, just using some basic, simple ingredients. So it would be all natural, and also it would be, you know, it does exactly what mouthwash is supposed to do. So I am going to try to make that up, and if it comes out well and I like it, I will definitely make a video about that and share it. And I only have a few more things to show, so I'll be right back. All right, the last few things I'm going to show are more like hygiene items. I keep plenty of bar soap. I've never seen a bar soap go bad. I'm sure it is possible, but I try to keep like all natural bar soap like this. I think this might actually came from Hanford, so this might be the only thing that hasn't come from Walmart or the Dollar Tree, but they have similar ones at both places. I keep I didn't bring any deodorant out, but I keep plenty of deodorant. I keep like deodorant wipes. I have flushable wipes in case you don't have. If you end up running out of toilet paper, you could use this. Obviously I would never flush these, and I make sure I put them, I don't flush anyway, but even if I had a regular toilet, I still wouldn't flush those. I have face wipes. I have just regular, kind of like baby wipes, but these are just the pure water ones. And I also have these, they're called washcloths. They have these at Dollar Tree, and these are really big, thick wipes, basically, that you can wash up with if you need to. If you can't take a real shower or a real bath, these work wonders. And there's 18 of them in here for $1.25. You can wash yourself several times with those. And so they definitely work great for camping, but also if by chance, if the stream was frozen, I couldn't get to any other water, I could use this to wipe up. It's really important to stay clean. And I also keep just some sugar-free cough drops, because you never know when you have that tickle in your throat and you can't get rid of it. It's important. And I also make sure, I use a lot of Dr. Bronner's soap. It's all natural. I don't have to worry about it getting in the ground, or, you know, when I take a shower out here outside. And this, I mean, this one happens to be peppermint, so I probably wouldn't wash my dishes with this, but you can get non-scented, and you can use it to clean your dishes, to clean your counters, to clean your floor, for your hair, your body. You can use it for multiple different things. It's, yeah, it's called 18-in-1, because you can use it for everything. But this is a concentrate, so it's real important. You want to dilute this if you use it. You don't really want to use it straight. It's good to mix it with a little bit of water. I mean, you could use it if you wanted to, but it would be really strong. So I usually keep this around. So I think that is like majority of the regular, I want to say like everyday items or basic first aid items that I keep and try to keep in stock at my home. There's obviously some things that I still need to work on. Like I probably should have a trauma kit where I live out here in the middle of nowhere. And I'm also going to look into, I've been hearing about it. It's called Jace Medical, and it's actually a company where you can get some basic antibiotics, and you can also sometimes get some basic medications that you may be on, and get like I think you can get a year's worth of your medication, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm still looking into it. But having those antibiotics on hand would be super helpful. Not too long ago, I had a UTI, and I had to drive all the way into town just to get medicine when I knew when it was. And it would just, if it was a huge snowstorm and I couldn't get anywhere, I'd rather have that here. It would make me much more comfortable. So if I do end up getting that, I'm going to look into it. I will definitely share it with you guys. But yeah, that's basically my haul from Dollar Tree and Walmart that I try to keep in my home. It seems like a lot, but if you every time you go get groceries, you put $5, maybe even $10 towards buying some of these items, and you buy them slowly like that and just let them add up, it really isn't that bad. And a lot of these things you use on a regular basis, ibuprofen, hand wipes, you know, anything like that, you end up using them, so it's not like you waste them. I do try to go through them, like I said, at least 3 times a year. I check dates, make sure that I'm using the oldest first, make sure I get rid of anything that may be out of date. Most of the stuff have dates that last quite a long time, and I'm sure they would still work after the date. I think they would just lose a little bit of their potency. So I say start little, buy a couple things here or there, and before you know it, you are stocked up and ready to go, and you have a lot less worry on your mind in case something happens, or just for regular day things that you might not think is going to happen, but it may happen. So I would love to hear from you guys, to know, so you can let me know what you guys use or what you guys keep for first aid and other just over-the-counter medicine type things, other items that you think work well. I would love to hear about it. If you like this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate everyone that watches, and I love it when you guys leave comments. Like I said, I love to read them. I find them very interesting, and I think that's it. So I hope everyone has a great day. Live every day to the fullest. Respect nature. And you just heard Tank barking, so he's sitting right over here. I'll bring the camera over to him so he can say hi and bye. Oh, here's Tank. He loves his mound right here. It's a little hill. Tanky, you want to say hi to everybody? Tanky. He's always on the lookout around here. He loves to watch the fence line. Oh yeah, he sits on top of his hill, and that's what he does. He watches the yard for Mama. He's a good boy. All right, well, here's Tank. We hope everybody has a great night. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.